It's Thursday night, and it's time to unwrap Las Vegas right here on VANR. That's VegasAllNetRadio.com, which means it's time for Vegas Unwrapped. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Aaron Phillips and Ricky Cash.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to another deflated show of Vegas Unwrapped, the show that is inflated correctly. Some say we're overflated, but we're never deflated here on Vegas Unwrapped.
Wow, what a beginning.
You like that?
Yeah, I think you got it a little mixed up,
I
though.
did, because
I thought we were going to go deflated tonight.
Because I wasn't totally ready, but that's okay.
All right. Well,
We're
not
good. We got the
deflated.
point across.
Yeah, of course
We're not a
deflated.
deflated show. We are pumped with just the right amount of air. Some will say we're overinflated and full of hot air,
Well,
but
that's-
nonetheless, we're here.
That's why, they have choices.
They have choices.
They could listen, or they could, break their computer.
Well, let's hope they don't do that. And if you don't listen live,
Always catch us on
hello
podcast.
to everybody on podcast that can catch us, or on YouTube with the venerable JPEG doing his duty here in studio. Bobcat on the board. We have friends in the studio waiting for our first guests. We have probably the youngest listeners we've ever had here in studio.
Yeah,
How old are they,
we've
Katrina?
got some,
How old are they?
5 and 9.
5 and 9. Isabella, and I'm sorry, I don't remember your son's name.
Angela?
Angel, say hi to the camera up there, guys. You're going to be on YouTube. Isabella's excited to maybe talk on the radio. Maybe we'll get her to say hello on the radio.
We got
everybody.
Kyrie to say something on the
Yes,
radio.
we did.
So that was,
Yes, we did.
She was 6 at the time.
Yes.
So now that's good. We have even a younger one.
That's right.
Tremendous.
So we want to welcome you to Vegas Unwrapped. We are sitting at 1,676 fans. Last week at this time, we were at 1,648.
Wow.
So we exploded with nearly 30 fans over the week. We'd love to get more fans, of course. We'd love to get 1,680 before we get off the air tonight. So please like us. We appreciate it. If you already do like us, we appreciate it. And by all means, please invite your friends to like us as well. Tonight's show, Mr. Cash. Have you read your production sheet?
Yes, I have.
Who's on tonight's show?
Well, we have some very, very distinguished guests.
Distinguished?
Yeah, people-
Not extinguished.
No.
Let's hope not.
Not under distinguished either.
Not underinflated.
No,
Underdeflated.
we have some people that are going to be
Involved?
involved in the Nevada Hall of Fame.
The Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame.
That was
Mr.
close.
Cash. Yeah, you got 3 of the words.
Got Nevada right.
Some would say it's actually Nevada.
Yeah. What do they know?
I can't say Nevada.
No, I can't either.
That is right. We're going to have Gayle Schreiber here in studio.
Right.
And a gentleman who we actually met, 2
years
about
ago?
2 years ago at that expo, right? Wasn't that the chocolate expo or something that we did? right?
I got so sick after that. I every day, my pockets were literally filled
I
with
know.
M&Ms.
You're
and
still getting
Hershey
melted chocolate
Kisses.
out of your pants.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I still have one stain left. I just saw it too, so forgive me.
Boy, if the kids weren't here, I'd go in a whole direction.
I am safe.
So who's coming? Oh, yeah, Joey Ugarte.
Yes.
From some famous band or something that he used to belong to. What was the name of the band?
Yeah, that one.
Joe Frank Reynolds.
What was it?
Hamilton Joe Frank.
Hamilton Joe Frank Reynolds.
Yeah, that's
Hamilton
the one.
Joe
He's
Frank.
the Joe.
He's
in
the
there.
Joe.
That's what it says.
In fact, if you could pull something up when he gets here, we'll show him that we're on top of things.
Hey,
Don't put it
Bobcat.
on me, baby. Give me
Bobcat, what am I going to tell you?
Yeah, I was really hope the kids are here that the Cashisms would wait.
No.
Been working as I've been working as the production guy for this show for over a year.
That's right, almost 2 years.
Almost 2.
April will be 2 years.
We never have to remind him of anything.
Okay, bye.
There you go. I had to make a quick recovery there because he was ready to come over the production table.
As he almost falls
at me.
off his chair.
Yeah, well, that's another story. That's,
Friday.
yeah, that's what he claims.
It says Friday, every Thursday, which really messes up the calendar.
Right.
702-483-4444 is our number. Skype line, if you want to Skype us, Vegas AllNet Radio, give us a Skype. And I'll tell you what, we're really looking for, we had Gayle on and Jean, I can't think of her last name, but she was involved with the Platters for like 60 years.
She actually started with them in
Promotion and stuff.
1952.
That's right. And we had them on at the same time. We had Paige and Adele Poole on, and they were talking about the future of this Hall of Fame that they wanted to build on in the future, not just to do it, but to literally have a building and plaques and the whole thing. And last year, our good friend Paige was inducted into the Hall of Fame for tribute artists, because they did a specialized award for tribute artists. And well deserved, as you know, he's our favorite Elvis tribute artist. And I went down for the ceremony. You were working, could not make it, but I went down and represented us. And now here they are, going on the 4th year, I believe, talking with Gayle before the show in the green room, that they're doing these awards. And now Joey is actually, I think she said, is the entertainment director for the Hall of Fame. So I have the list here of who's going in. I'll just tell you right now, it's next Wednesday, the 28th at 2 p.m. at the Mad Greek Restaurant over on Sahara in Durango. And there's quite a few people on this list that, we're familiar with, and then there's one in particular we're close with. So
yeah, really.
Phillipson.
Am I on
No, you're not on that list.
You're not an
sweeping the
entertainer.
floor. Unless you're sweeping the floor afterwards. I don't know. But someone who we spent a lot of time with, so Phillips and Cash will more than likely be making an appearance at the ceremony next week. So we're excited about that.
No question about it. Certainly, we just have to reschedule our late afternoon nap.
Oh, I know.
This is becoming a habit.
It's a Wednesday. There's not much going on, so we're in good shape there.
Unbelievable. I have to tell everybody, normally I like to get about an hour and a half in, around 3, 4 o'clock. And today I 3 o'clock, lay down for a few minutes. Next thing I know, it's 10 to 5, and he's picking me up at 5 o'clock. That's why I don't have all my my necessary equipment for tonight.
I'm going to buy you those old lady strings for glasses. So that, case in point. Because now you can't even do weird news if we decide to do that later. Well, you can't see different.
I can read the first story. I memorized it.
You memorized it.
It's about Las Vegas.
It is. There is a Las Vegas hook in that first story.
So I will be able to trudge through that.
But God forbid he should leave without his cell phone. But he can't remember his glasses.
Well, wait. He doesn't always leave with his own cell phone.
That's true.
Oh yeah,
that is very true.
Great.
Where he had his wife's cell phone. That is very true.
What I want to know about it is that did he get himself a new laptop computer?
Oh jeez, I knew that was going to come up.
It was coming in the first 2 weeks. He's got his glow in the dark stuff. He's rocking. He's rolling. And have we seen it since?
Let me share a little story with you.
Okay.
8 minutes in, guys, and they're tearing me up.
Already, man.
March 13th, as you know, and just about everybody knows, will be our 6-year anniversary since we've been on the air.
Wow.
And really since day one, I've been the computer guy. I didn't have a laptop at the beginning, so I used the station's computer because we had the chat room at the time down at the old station.
Right.
It gets very distracting. And if you listen to last week's show, and I said this to him after we left the studio last week, we always talk about the show as soon as we leave. I thought the show was a little flat last week, only because I got so engrossed in building our Facebook page that there were lapses in time and whatnot. All right. P.S. When I started bringing my laptop, when I got it 3, 4 years ago, he used to complain to me that it was distracting me from the show. Okay? And I would agree with him, because I'm on here searching, posting, everything else. So he brings his laptop in that first time, right? What, about 6 months ago?
Yeah, it's
right?
about that.
What did you get? You got it last year, right?
January.
Right, a year ago. After your last ESOP payment.
Yeah, like a year ago.
That's the last one.
But you remember, I actually remember I didn't take it out of the house for 5 months. So it was May or June. Right?
That's right. You're right. During the summertime. So he brings it in, and he says to me in the car on the way home, "That computer's just too distracting." I said, "Now you have to take back every complaint you made about me being distracted, because now you understand what it's like." You're 100% right. Does a plumber leave his house without his wrench? Does a painter leave without his paint and brush? Yeah. Does a co-host on a radio show leave without his glasses and computer? Absolutely.
Production copies, this, that.
And I told him, how about ink and a printer, by the way? Did you buy ink yet?
No.
See, and out of the kindness of my heart, I'm still printing him copies of Weird News and everything else.
But I don't blame him there, because you can buy a new printer cheaper than you can buy ink.
Absolutely.
So,
and I just bought
printer.
And I just bought a new printer myself, an HP, for less than $100.
I know.
And
$29.95. Got it to Walmart's, man.
Absolutely.
Anyway, hey, he's right though, man. It's cheaper to get that $29 printer than it is for the $46 in the ink cartridges.
No question. Yeah. Absolutely right.
I think they're going to replace me.
We love you, Cash.
All right. Any shout-outs, Mr. Cash?
Just the usual, folks. I made my final arrangements to...
Your final arrangements?
No, to go to
somebody you're telling
vacation.
Do I have to replace you?
No, vacation. I'm going to Charlotte.
Oh,
yeah. I'm going to go see Mike
back off a vacation.
I'm going to go see Mike and Lois in March, and I'm also going to hook up with one of our old buddies, the King of Timeshare, Bill Fry.
Bill Fry, the timeshare guy.
So I'm really excited about that. That's coming up in March. I'm also going to the orthopedist.
I know. Finally getting those wheels checked.
Yeah, I'm going to get the knees looked at, and one of these days it looks like I may actually do the deed and have the surgery on the first on the right knee, and then some recuperation, and then on the left knee. So
okay, and you're hoping to do that after your trip back east, right?
I'm going to see if I can get the first one done before. I'm going to try it. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, it'll only be a couple of weeks recovery.
Yeah.
Can you hear okay?
Yeah.
Is it too loud?
No.
No, it's good. Turn up her mic here if you would.
Yeah, we got another one right here.
Talk
too.
right into there.
Try to get this down a little further.
All right.
Probably break this.
Say hello to the world.
Hi.
Loud. Let him hear you.
Hello.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Go ahead. Say hi.
This is Isabella.
Hi.
And why don't you tell everybody your names?
My name is Isabella. My name is Angela.
All right.
Isabella and Angela. Very nice.
I think the youngest people we've ever had next to Kyrie ever on the
this is
radio show.
Tremendous.
Absolutely. So where do you go to school? Isabella, where do you go to school?
I go to Dean Lamar Allen.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
Third.
Third grade?
Wow.
How many boys do you have chasing you at school?
None.
None.
Don't you know that boys have cooties?
How many boys do you want chasing you at school?
None.
There you go.
Angela, what school do you go to?
Right
Came to go to.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten? All day or morning or afternoon?
All kindergarten.
All day.
Wow, I wish I was back in kindergarten. No problems. You get the color.
You're retired. You are in kindergarten. You're in old-timers kindergarten.
This is like one gigantic romper room.
That's right. You color now.
That's a good comment.
Not bad. Try to color without drooling. That's what you do now.
Jeez, wow.
Jeez Louise.
I'm telling you.
So what's your favorite music? Who do you like to listen to, Isabella?
My favorite singer is Selena Gomez.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah. And do you sing like her? Do you sing her songs?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Like when you're getting ready for school or while you're doing homework?
That time I sing Radioactive.
Oh, really? And when do you do that? During the day? You don't sing in the middle of class or something, do you? You don't stand up and start singing in the middle of class, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite subject in school?
I like art.
Art? What do you like to do? You like to draw? You like to paint? What do you like to do?
I like to do both.
Yeah. Do you ever get messy, like all over your hands? And you go home and mom yells, "Why'd you get paint all over your clothes?"
No.
We just bought them. No?
No.
You put on like a little t-shirt or something over your clothes when you're in art to protect your clothes? That's good.
Do you know what we used to call those things?
Smocks.
Smocks.
I didn't want to use the word.
Did you use the word smocks?
You know what a smock is?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh, see, she's smarter than you, Cash.
That takes a lot.
I know. Angela, what do you like to do in kindergarten?
I don't know.
You don't know? You know what my favorite thing in kindergarten was?
What?
Nap time.
Nap time?
Do you not take naps in kindergarten anymore?
Yes, I do.
See?
See?
I still take naps.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah?
Did you get graham crackers and warm milk?
We used to get the butter cookies that you could put on your pinky.
Oh, yeah.
And chomp around the cookie before you eat the center with some milk. That's what we used to get. We used to go out back and milk the cow to get the milk.
That sounds funny.
Yeah, well, the cow didn't think so. So you...
What the hell got into him tonight?
I don't know.
Cows and udders. And,
oh, my.
oh, my.
So do you have a question for our guest, Mr. Cash?
Yeah, I'd like to know, How did your mom get so pretty?
I do not know. I don't know too.
Wow. Well, I know following her on Facebook, she worked really hard.
Yes, she has.
Over the last couple of months, years, whatever it is. I don't want to divulge roughly the exact. We met her at a Chi event, wasn't it? We met at the Chi to Be thing a couple of years ago while we were there.
That's right.
So, yeah. So you're... Angela, you're liking this microphone, aren't you? Making sounds and everything into it.
Yeah.
Good. Go have a good time. We got about a minute before break.
Right. So, Angela, do you have girls chasing you in kindergarten?
No.
No? How come? You're a good-looking guy. You're not married yet? No kids? No job? No nothing? No? What are you going to do when it's Sadie Hawkins dance time and the girls have to come ask you for a date?
I don't know.
Just say yes to the first prettiest one that comes along.
No.
Angela, what do you want to be when you grow up? A fireman? A policeman?
You always say cowboy.
Well, you're in the right town for cowboy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Isabella, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know yet.
What college you want to go to?
Maybe a princess?
Princess? Oh, for Isabella? Or you? You don't want to be a princess, do you?
No,
Oh, for Isabella. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
You might be saying that now, but 10 years from now, believe me, you won't be saying that anymore.
All right, so we have to go to commercial break, so can you do me a favor and say the following? Repeat after me.
Okay.
You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped
You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped
on Vegas All Net Radio
on Vegas All Net Radio
with Phillips and Cash,
with Phillips and Cash,
Bobcat on the board,
Bobcat on the board,
JPEG behind the camera,
JPEG behind the camera,
and you, the listener.
and me, the listener.
There you go.
Angelo, I need you to say, we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
I'm gonna be right back.
Don't pour your love out on me, baby. If you do, then I'm baby, I'll just lay me down.
All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, coming at you from the studios of Vegas All Net Radio in the heart of Las Wages, Nevada. Lost wages? Is that what people call it when they spend all their money here?
Yeah, right.
Joining us now, live in studio, is the grown-up guest. By the way, weren't those kids great?
That was
very
wonderful. Special session.
Wasn't that? I felt like Art Linkletter.
You were good.
Wasn't that? You know, didn't he do that? Art Linkletter with the kids?
He always did something with kids.
Right. The kids say the darndest things. Well, they were great, and they took us into break. I hope we got a good recording of that. Maybe edit that and we use that for intros and outros.
I'll work that.
All right, I appreciate that. Earn your keep. Joining us, the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame has been around for, 4 years now, Gayle?
That's about it.
Right, 4 years?
Uh-huh.
All right, are we on that? There we go. There we go.
Hello.
Yep, power got kicked off there. And, of course, our good friend Paige Poole last year was inducted into the hall, right?
Yes, he was.
As part of the tribute artist wing, so to speak. And now a gentleman who we met a couple of years ago at a business expo, through actually his daughter, who we met a number of years ago, Joey Ugarte joins us. How are you, sir?
All right. How you doing?
Doing very well. And during a pre-show in the green room, we found out that you're now you're like the director of the entertainment for the hall now. Is that right?
The entertainment director? Yeah. Actually, for the hall and for the museum.
And for the museum? Excellent. And how did you get swindled into doing that? I mean, how did you volunteer to do that?
He got swindled.
He got
trust me.
swindled.
Yeah.
Let's call it as it is, right?
Hey, you're good.
Hey, listen, don't try this stuff at home, I mean, I am a professional.
Well, when I got inducted into the Hall of Fame, being with Hamilton, Joe Frank and Reynolds, and also with Copeland Davis, doing a 2-year run at the Stardust in the lounge there, the Starlight Lounge. And so when I got inducted into the Hall of Fame, Gayle told me if I wanted to come into the, be part of the committee inducting the all the entertainers.
Actually, I took him, threw him up against the wall, and said, "You're going to do this."
Yeah, but she didn't hurt me.
Sure, that's good. That's good. Cash?
Has the museum actually, do you have the museum in place?
No, but if anybody has any a nice place that they would like to donate, we're ready to go. We have a collection. We're all ready to go. We just need a place to hang it. We had a spot we've had two spots. One they decided to tear down, and the other one, it turned out, had $100,000 worth of asbestos in it, and
Oh,
it
how
was going to
special.
cost us $100,000 before we got in the building. So we're still looking.
Well, I'm sure you'll find something because as the town went through a rough time and a lot of places closed,
Yeah.
and now it's coming back up, and I'm sure there's going to be something out there for you guys to get into, because that would be great. I mean, a museum for entertainers, Las Vegas. I mean, you put the whole thing together, it's just amazing. And I had a glimpse over at the list of your inductees coming in this year, and it's absolutely fabulous.
Well, I mean, Don Hill's been here since 1940s, since Las Vegas was Las Vegas. So when you've got somebody who's been here for 60 years, and this actually started with somebody who brought the platters here so they were been here for 60 years. So that's what it's all about. It's not about fans and who likes you. It's not about your peers and who thinks you should, they're all enamored of you. It's about the contributions of the entertainers who made Las Vegas the entertainment capital of the world. And that's what we're about.
Pretty cool stuff, if you ask me.
I think so.
The event is next Wednesday at 2 p.m. at the Mad Greek on the corner of Durango and Sahara. 8565 West Sahara is right. It's right on the corner, right next to the Smith Shopping Center, diagonally across from Canny Gate, where the mansion is.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Cash?
You bet.
Here's a list of those that are being inducted this year. Marty Allen.
We love Marty Allen. We had the opportunity to interview him a couple of years ago on one of our shows.
On the Don Hill Show.
On the Don Hill Show, and he is still, to this day, one of the funniest people I've ever come in contact with.
I ran into him at Bagel Cafe a couple of weeks ago. I was there on a Sunday, and I'm looking over, and I'm sorry to say this, but nobody has hair like him.
No.
Now, once I saw the hair, I said, doggone it. I walked up to him, and what do you think I said to him?
Hey there!
Hello there! Not hey there. Hello there!
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to use his.
I'll use his line. Why not? He uses it all the time. His wife, Karen Kate Blackwell, will also be inducted. Don Dino, our good friend Don Hill from the Treniers, will be inducted. Now, a man that's received honors through the Nevada Broadcast Association, and of course a gentleman that we're very familiar with here at VANR and KLAV, and has his own show on KLAV on Saturday nights. Bruce Garrett, also known as the Commander, is being inducted.
Oh, cool.
And Gary Campbell. All these guys are being inducted, and it's emceed by Disco DJ. Will be there, so it should be a lot of fun. Now, donations for it, I saw, $10 at the door, right? Mm-hmm. But you get some great food.
What, off the menu? Out of your pocket.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, it's buy, but that's okay. That's all right.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
So what else is what's the agenda going to be like for the ceremony on Wednesday? What's going to be happening?
Actually, with DJ Miguel, he is the disco DJ. He will have his showgirls with him. We will have a Michael Jackson impersonator doing some of the one of the presentations. We have a showgirl not a showgirl, but one of the people from one of the Cirque shows who will be there. She'll be singing a song. So it's going to be a show, and it's going to be some entertainment, not just, hi, here's your plaque, go home.
Right.
It's going to be like Las Vegas type.
Las Vegas style.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's what we're all about.
Is there a particular attire that you're requesting of people to come dressed in, as to like business casual, or just come as you are and be there and support the event? Or
Well, come as you are, as long as it's not your birthday suit.
well, that would make for an interesting sidebar.
Especially
or
with
you just finished painting the house.
Especially with AVN in town.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. They're here.
That's right. Well, that'll give us something to talk about in the second hour.
Don't worry, we will.
We're going to go down drastically.
Got your press badge yet?
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to start at 2 and end approximately when?
Probably about 4 o'clock.
About 4, so you're looking at a couple hours. That's cool. Well, it should be. It's a great honor for these
no
people.
show in Vegas goes more than 90 minutes to 2 hours
That's
at
true.
the most.
That's very true.
That's it.
Because they want people in and out and get back to the tables.
That's
and
right.
Become
Well, besides, Cash has to go home for his nap, so I want to make sure I get him home on time.
Not only
so.
me. Come
I know,
on.
me too. I admit
Okay,
it.
there you go.
I was down for 2 hours today.
That's why it's an afternoon event.
Absolutely. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Get you now.
That's right. That's right.
This event is sponsored by AARP. And
That's right. And, well, never mind. So, Joey, what's going on in your life lately besides working for the Hall of Fame? What you doing lately? Performing anywhere? Singing?
No.
Getting Katrina to sing? I'm trying. I told her before we went on the air I'm going to get her to sing a few bars on the show because I know she can sing.
All right. Oh, she sings great.
I know she does.
Yeah. I'm just getting some. I got some projects. I'm working on some projects now for me and my band.
Okay.
And some good. Good things coming up, this year, because I feel this year it's going to be a wonderful, awesome year,
Good.
and it's going to be a lot of love this year, blessings and everything, and
What's the name of the group, Joey?
Oh, the name of my group? Oh, thank you for telling me this. I usually work alone, But anyway, I feel comfortable. I really feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
But the name of my group is Joey Ugarte and the Jazz Vibrations, bringing love, healing, and uplifting to
Cool.
to everyone. And we and the type of music that I'll be doing will be some jazz and some Brazilian and Latin jazz, and also a little bit of R&B.
Okay.
So you'll be hearing a
Great.
lot about us.
I'll watch Facebook.
up,
So anything
yeah.
coming up, man, we'll pick up on and we'll help get out there for sure.
And he has to stay away from doo-wop because his brother is one of the biggest doo-wop people on the cruise lines.
Oh, really?
Yes, my brother. He sings. He's one of the lead singers of the Cameos. It's the doo-wop group.
Okay.
In New Jersey, and
What part of Jersey is he in?
he's in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Stone's throw from where I used to be.
practically next door to Linden.
Route 22, baby. Plainfield, right there.
This group. I can't believe that this group, if you wanted to book this, I was talking to some agents in New Jersey,
Right.
and they told me, Joey, your brother, the group that that your brother's with, the Cameos, it's so good that if I wanted to book them, I have to wait 2 years.
Wow, the book that far out?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
Nice problem to have.
Yeah, and but they're an awesome group, and they they just entertain well. I mean, they really sing well and entertain you.
Well, that's good. That's good. All right, we're going to stop right there because we're going to take a bottom of the hour break. And if my new voice guy wasn't sleeping over there, I'd have him take us to break again. But when we come back, we're going to get Joey to tell a story about how he's connected to a famous mobster in Las Vegas, right?
Lefty.
Lefty.
He doesn't like to talk about it.
Oh, well,
We'll
that's all
make
right.
him.
Well, listen, we've talked a lot to the mob scene people. It's okay. They love us. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, along with Mike Leonetti's favorite pain in the ass, Ricky Cash. And I have to admit, mine too. So.
I get no respect.
But there's no inflated egos in this room. Not at all. We all have deflated egos, no issues whatsoever.
That's right.
What's that, about 4 so far?
That's about
We're
4.
counting how many times we're saying that tonight. See if we can break a record after.
We're in great presence tonight
Why's that?
because we have a distinguished gentleman here.
I know.
A number one hit maker.
I know.
I mean, I couldn't tell you how many times I pull your love.
I noticed you waited till the kids left the
Yes, I
studio
did,
for
yes.
that. That was very respectful of
Thank
you.
you for that.
Joey, talk about how you came to Vegas. Interesting story.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was in Miami playing with the Copeland Davis band,
Okay.
there was this gentleman. He's a dancer. This gentleman, he was the lead dancer for the Lido show at the Stardust, and he was down in Miami and he saw the group, the band, the Copeland Davis band, and so he told Frank Rosenthal, which his middle name is Lefty, told him about us, how we played, that he enjoyed, what he saw. And so Frank Rosenthal booked us into the Stardust Star Lodge.
Oh, very cool.
Starlight Lounge there for 2 years.
Wow.
A 2-year run. And it was just awesome. I mean, every night, almost every night, a full house, standing ovation. Copeland was. We were playing there. We were playing like classical with jazz and funk all together, on and off. And it was something like you had to be there to, and just the people just loved it, and we were successful for 2 years.
Wow.
And that's like I said, got me into the Hall of Fame.
Now that was what the late 50s, early 60s. What time period? When was that?
This was in the 70s.
Oh, it was in the 70s.
Yeah,
okay.
70s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you run across the Treniers a lot when you were in town?
Oh yeah. They were my favorite group. I used to come and see them all the time, and I sat in a few times.
Did you really?
Playing. Yeah.
So how well do you know Don?
Huh?
How well do you know Don Hill?
Oh, about 30 years.
Oh, okay. Just a few beers have been kicked back over 30 years.
I've been in this town around about 43 years.
Okay.
43 years. I've seen it grow, man, and I'm fortunate and blessed, to meet a lot of the awesome entertainers at that time.
Okay.
And what's great about it now is that, we're inducting them in the Hall of Fame now.
Absolutely.
And he says it's because of Copeland Davis. It's really because he went and worked with the DeCastro sisters, one of my favorite groups.
Right. Wow.
So yes,
the DeCastro sisters.
Sure.
I love their gold shorts.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with them.
Right.
Doing some of the
on the stage,
stuff.
of course.
Yeah.
On the stage, you mean? You had a lot of fun with them. Right. Okay. Sure. That's a show topic for another night, ladies and gentlemen.
Joe, how did you get involved with the group Hamilton, Joe, Frank, that group?
And Reynolds.
That when they came here, there was a entertainment director, and she from one of the casinos, and they asked, and they called me because he was looking for a conga player.
Okay.
And so they called me, and I met with them, and that's how I got into the group.
Nice. And how long were you with them?
About 3 years or something, a little longer. And also I was featured also too, singing and doing my little show, when I did La Bamba, we did La Bamba, and I'll go out and I'll pick some girls from the audience, and we'll start dancing,
in gold shorts, of course.
Great, yeah. Usually, the groups in the 70s,
right,
they usually don't move too much on stage.
Right.
Matter of fact, they don't smile either. So we kind of, did a little different,
right.
And
a lot of choreography.
Yeah,
sure.
And the people, the people just love this, man.
Gayle, let me ask you a question. Looking at the list of the great entertainers that are going in this year, and of course, and radio personalities, and having been there last year, seeing the tribute artists, the type of entertainers that are going into the Hall of Fame, what does that say about Las Vegas entertainment of the past? I mean, what does it say about the kind of entertainment we used to have in Vegas?
It says that it was absolutely fantastic, marvelous performers, talented people who could really play, they could sing, they could entertain, they could bring people in. And now things have changed. The last 10 years, things have just kind of evened off. You don't see anything in the lounges. People are having trouble getting work. You have DJs, canned music. When I was a kid, we called it a sock hop. And,
yeah.
so what we're doing is trying to make everybody know, these young people who really don't know what entertainment is.
Right.
And we're trying to bring that to them and preserve that for them. And when we do get our space, there will be a lounge for people to come in and see what used to be here.
Now, some will say that transition of entertainment from what you just described, the lounge acts and everything,
Right.
to today, sort of started swinging when corporations started taking over Vegas. Would you kind of agree with that statement?
Sort of, kind of, but there's also tax issues that nobody talks about.
Okay.
Everybody says, well, it's only a 10% entertainment tax. It used to be higher when you went to a show, but they don't talk about the live gaming entertainment tax, which is pretty much what killed it. Because if you go in to see entertainment and they have live entertainment, if you sell a Coca-Cola, if you sell a drink, if you sell a T-shirt, there's a 10% tax on everything you sell. If there's entertainment at the top of the stratosphere, there's a 10% live gaming tax on that ticket.
Okay.
If you don't see the entertainment when you're upstairs, you're still paying that 10% tax, so they don't hire anybody.
Wow. But when did that come in? When did that start?
10 years ago.
Okay. So well after the corporation started taking over Vegas then.
It was
Gotcha.
it's the government that did it.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Didn't know that. There you go. There you go. I love it. Talk about, you have a website for the hall, yes?
We have a website. In fact, if we've got a really good, we need space, but we also need a really good webmaster because it's kind of, it's not real wonder. If you could see me shake my hand, you know.
The video picked it up. Don't worry.
Right, okay. But we also have personalityplugger.blogspot. Can you say that word for me? Blogspot.com.
That's why I gave that up, you know.
What is it? What is it?
It's personalityplugger.blogspot.com.
Personality plugger.
.com. Personality Plugger started in 1954.
Okay.
And we have kept this going, and it's not a weekly thing like it used to be in 1954 when you had to type, mimeograph, fold stuff, spindle, mutilate, and mail. Now, you know, we type something and hit a button. But there's also the Facebook page. There's a Personality Plugger Facebook page and a web, Hall of Fame webpage, Facebook page.
Okay.
LVEntertainersHallOfFame.com is the website.
Okay.
With all that information, Philip should be here till what, 10 o'clock doing all of this on his computer? Is that about right, guys?
I'm telling
10
you.
o'clock, maybe? 10:30?
That's it. Well, I've got the personalityplugger.blogspot.com page up. Last year, I mean, there's page, of course, mentioned in last year's induction. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, and I'll tell you what, we'll put this up on our Facebook page. We'll put all the links up. And so if there's folks who want to get more information about the hall, if they'd like to get involved with the hall, especially with the facility, this is the way to do it, to get in touch with you guys.
Yeah, the best way is to just go to the Facebook page and connect me. Yeah.
There you go. And what's the name of the Facebook page?
Is the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame.
There you go. Nice and easy. Peasy.
Gotta like it. We gotta befriend it.
Yeah, I think I already have.
Okay, good job.
I already have. So we think we're good to go. Any final closing thoughts, Mr. Cash?
Well, you know, I'm from that era. I mean, as far as loving the lounge acts and knowing all of them, and you know, visiting Vegas in the 70s and early 80s when, you know, and that was even late because it started back in the 60s with the lounge acts and all that. And you know, I just think that if we could get more of those things back into Las Vegas, we'd actually have more visitors, and they would appreciate what was once the real entertainment capital of the world.
Can't agree with anybody more.
Yeah, it was a good time for sure.
And that's why we want to be a standalone entertainment visitor attraction rather than be in a hotel. We want to be standalone because we figure we can draw more people here, just like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Country Music Hall of Fame, and they bring in about.
And like the Mob Museum, you know, they wanted to be separate, and they get their visitors just to come here to see that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Perfect.
I was thinking the Hunt Ridge also, but it's such a huge building.
I know.
no, it's actually not too big. But what's happened is, although they painted it, looks great on the outside.
Oh, I know the inside.
The inside has been trashed, and it's like $14 million to fix it. I've already checked it out.
14 mil.
Something like that.
Cash, write a check, will you?
Yeah, would you please?
Well, if
His name is Cash.
If we
He's good.
doesn't mean he's got any. But then again, that's why we are trying to work on the fan club.
That's right. Join the fan club because money that comes into the fan club goes right out, helps projects here in the community wherever we can be helpful.
GoFundMe.com/Ricky Fan Club, as long as we're talking about it.
They're putting a show.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I fear we'll stall a second or two.
Yeah, they're huddling.
That's
Yeah, it's
right.
like coming.
Great radio.
I know, isn't it? It's exhilarating. It is. Go ahead. One thought. Did you have a final thought? Did you want to mention something?
He's whispering in my ear saying we're going to have a show lounge.
Okay.
Show lounge would be
connected
amazing.
with the museum.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that we'll have.
It'll be vintage Vegas in all accounts.
In all accounts, vintage Vegas, real Vegas,
And-
the things that these people, the young kids are missing.
Right.
They have no idea what we were.
Right. Well, no, they don't. There's no point of reference. No point of reference. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing everything about the hall. We'll probably see you next Wednesday for the ceremony. We'll be there to support Don and the whole event and say hi to everybody involved.
Wonderful. We look forward to
By the
seeing
way, the gentleman that did find us, that did see us in Miami, his name is David White. He's the Giorgio lead dancer for the Lido show. That's the
All right.
gentleman that found us.
Excellent.
That's great. We love it. All right, stay tuned. Coming up on the other side, Doing It with Styles with JPEG. Phillips and Cash. Bobcat on the board, JPEG behind the camera, and you, the listener. We'll be right back. All that history.
Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we go into Doing It with Styles, I have a press release I'd like to read on behalf of There Is No Hero in Heroin, our good friends Dylan and Joe Angle. There's No Hero in Heroin. We'll host its second annual Black Monday event on Monday, February 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Salvation Army at 2900 Palomino Lane in Las Vegas. Black Monday is an event created to raise awareness to the epidemic of heroin addiction. There Is No Hero in Heroin Las Vegas will build a memorial wall using colored carnations, black for those in the throes of addiction, red to honor those who lost their battle with addiction, and white for those who have overcome. In addition to the memorial wall, Black Monday will feature keynote speaker Stephen Rush, guest speaker State Senator Tick Sagerbloom, Judge Cedric Kearns, Loretta DeLustro, and Tiger Todd, a resource fair to provide information to individuals struggling with addiction and their families, and raffle prizes to fundraise for There Is No Hero in Heroin Las Vegas. There Is No Hero in Heroin Las Vegas will be joined by various local organizations, including WestCare, Freedom House, and Turning Point Nevada, among others, for the resource fair. They are 501c3, and you can check them out. There Is No Hero in Heroin Las Vegas as well. So we had Dylan on, and perhaps that Monday, Mr. Cash, you and I will go down there. It's from 6 to 9 p.m. We'll go down there on the 9th, perhaps, and go down and support those guys because it is quite the organization for what they do.
Definitely, it's so true about what they're trying to do because, believe it or not, because we don't talk about stuff like this that much, but there is an epidemic in this town with that subject area.
All right, it's time for Mr. JPEG to be out in front of the camera.
It's time for Doing It with Style. Sponsored in part by A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction.
Mr. John, take it away, sir.
Hello. Good
Hello.
evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello there.
Greetings.
Okay, so we've
Hello
had
there.
this discussion a number of times about not being a political show. So my award tonight has absolutely nothing to do with politics.
Okay, that's good.
However,
However,
it does have to do with doing it with styles.
all right,
Okay,
that's good. It's the name of the segment.
that's correct. That's why I thought of it.
That's very good.
So, did anybody see the President's State of the Union address?
I did.
I was watching wrestling.
Okay. Well,
I was
if
watching
you
important
saw
stuff.
the State of the Union address, you can probably guess who is going to get my Doing It with Styles award and why.
No question about it. I know where this is going.
I thought you might. So, for those of you who didn't see it or didn't hear it, while the president is giving his speech on the State of the Union, and he comes to a point in the speech where he makes the comment about, I don't have any more campaigns to run. And you can hear over on the Republican side of the chamber, people applauding. And he turns and looks at them and goes, yeah, I know, I won the last two. So because of that remark that I think he absolutely did it with Styles, my Doing It with Styles award is being presented to President Barack Obama for his comment in the State of the Union address. Yeah, I won both of them.
Boy, and of course the Republicans just went nuts over that. And, if you ever watch Fox News, I mean, Fox News is like
the best comedy channel there is.
It's amazing because they just don't ever let up.
I have a picture on my computer where a young lady is holding a sign that says, I get my comedy from Fox and my news from Comedy Central.
That's about correct. Not to take any sides, but sorry,
go ahead.
I thought from just sitting in the middle, I thought it was an excellent speech. I thought he has some really good plans for the future that, unfortunately, we won't see.
Yeah, that's correct.
But that's the way politics is.
But this award is strictly because of that one.
Oh, the one line. It was great. I caught that line.
Well,
I was on the floor.
I mean, this is very monumental for us. We've never given out any kind of presidential awards.
No.
This is very...
Wait, that's not true.
What?
Didn't we have the president of the Ricky Cash fan club in here?
Yeah, but we didn't give him a Doing It with Styles award.
That's true.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying
true.
Receiving an award,
yes.
Period.
Gotcha. So I'm paranoid about sending this to the White House because I'm not sure whether NSA and the FBI and all of those people will be hanging around my house then.
I think you should absolutely send it.
Okay.
With a note
with a letter
saying that, with a letter saying that, Vegas Unwrapped, you do the whole bit.
I'll do it.
Absolutely. All right.
I'll do it.
Before he goes to that, I want to give you a quick thing. My father was the what they call back in the house father of fraternities, okay, for the Phi Gamma Deltas, which is the Fiji brand, right?
Okay.
Well, they decided one night after a Harry Buffalo party or beer swinging party that they were going to call the White House just to find out if the president was home. They called the White House. They said, "Is the president at home?" They hung up. Well, let me tell you something. My father got a call at about 6:30 in the morning, and guess who was standing in front of the Fiji house at the Ohio University campus? About 10 Secret Service and wanted to know why you called to find out if the president was home. There you go.
All right, let's play the outro.
Well, I'll send him a copy of this video.
There you go. Send him the link to it. Hang on.
Thank you for listening to Doing It with Style. Sponsored in part by A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction and heard exclusively on Vegas Unwrapped.
All right.
Yeah, they told him it wasn't presidential.
Yeah.
What was the presidential?
The comment.
His comment.
That I won.
But it's okay. It's okay to yell out, "Liar!"
Yeah. Can you imagine? I'm serious. Wow. Crazy stuff.
But I bet it didn't deflate his ego.
You guys are all over that ball thing, aren't you?
There's been jokes all over Facebook about fluffy balls.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there has been.
This morning at my...
including one from
Wait a minute.
from Robin.
My network.
I just got that.
Fluffy balls?
Yeah, maybe the cashism is rubbing off.
Wow.
I'm going to stop sitting next to you in these segments.
There you go.
This morning at my networking meeting, we had to pair off and do some role-playing, and we had to share something with the person we were working with that no one knew about, and I shared with them that I was a football official, for a couple of years here in town. So when the other individual shared this piece of information, I, of course, waited till the room got quiet, and I said, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't check anybody's balls. And the room fell apart.
Of course. Now, your wife posted something about helping somebody with a
It was matzo balls. Yes, it was someone at her school.
But fluffy balls were right in there.
She asked for it, right. The recipient mentioned that they were fluffy balls.
You know what I said? I am out of here.
Yes, I did notice that. I
didn't want to comment on those.
But on a whole other subject, just, I don't know why, today I was down at the Distinguished Publishing Office, which is the publishing office for the Distinguished Gentleman of Nevada for 2015 award that I was nominated and received. I had my headshot done. I authorized my bio. And I was pretty excited about that.
It's a remarkable,
Congratulations.
it's a
Yeah, thank you.
remarkable achievement.
I want to give credit where credit is due.
Did you pay for that?
Don Hoff.
Oh, Dawn.
She nominated me. She was in last year's book. This organization's been around since 1989 doing this. And the books go out to like hundreds of thousands of organizations and locations. The libraries, I found out today it's the only book that the library will not allow checked out of the library.
There you go.
Because for fear, let's say, of knowing I'm in the book, if I didn't buy a book, I would try to check it out and keep it. Right.
I'd do that.
But it's like going to be in the it's going to be in the state archives. I mean, it's part of state history that they do this because they're capturing people at different times in their life. So it was pretty cool. And I ordered a book and a plaque. It cost me $9,000 to order this book and a plaque to be in there. But and they're supposed to be sending me the proof of the headshot that I approved. So when I get that, I'll post it up there. So I was really excited. I was very excited. I'm still humbled by it to receive
Well, it is
something
a humbling
like that.
experience. Anytime you receive an award, you say to yourself, I didn't do this to get an award.
Right.
And then to get an award, that's quite an honor, frankly.
Absolutely. So I'm excited. So I did that today, and our good friend Paul Lofgren, who is a massage therapist in town, also was nominated, and he's actually going in to get his stuff done on Monday.
Very, very nice.
So I'm excited. Very
Hey,
good.
guys, maybe before 2020, the three of us will get in.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Ricky Cash is going to get in my bio. What are you talking about? You're in the book with me. I mentioned you in my bio.
So nice.
I just want to get into the Hall of Fame now. That'll be cool to get
the
into
Entertainers
these guys.
Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Well, sure. Being
Why not?
on the air, managing to last this long without
6 years?
killing each other.
I'm going
Almost.
to use your name when I send this award.
Okay. Let him find Aaron Phillips. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, Mr. President.
Drones.
That's right. All right. Well, you know what? You know what time it is?
It's time to really deflate.
Deflate. Yes, the show's going to go down. We're going to lose all air the rest of the show. We're going to talk about White Castle. We're going to talk about Jeff Gordon wrapping up his driving career at the end of this year. We'll get Bobcat's opinion on that.
We're also going to talk about the flu.
Yeah.
What people need to do because you've got an epidemic going.
Yeah, that's bad. Bad stuff. All right.
There, can we open a window in here?
I'm telling you. Jeez. Hour number 1's in the books. That only means hour number 2 is coming up in 3 minutes. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped with Phillips and Cash. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Vegas Unwrapped. By the way, for our local Ricky Cash fan club members, want to just remind them that next Thursday, the 29th, starting at 6 p.m. here at the studio, 6655 West Sahara Suite C as in Charles 216. You can come by and get your membership materials. So whether you are a diamond level, platinum member, gold member, whatever it is, you come down, get all your buttons and T-shirts and show tickets, whatever level you're at. So come on down to the studio and you get all your stuff and save Mr. Cash some shipping costs.
Well, we'd like to see some of these
No, of
people
course.
because they've been very supportive of us right from day one.
Absolutely. All right. What do you want to do next? Unwrap treasures first?
Yeah, let's do some unwrapped treasures.
All right. I got to bring up my website here, my page. I knew I should always keep the page we use on Wednesdays. All right. Let's see. Where is my... By the way, Mr. JPEG, you need to write this down. You're going to need to keep March 2nd open. Kind of letting a little bit of the cat out of the bag, but we are tentatively scheduled to pre-record an interview on that Monday night with I don't know if I can really say it because it's not written in stone yet, but I'm going to say it anyway, with a former professional wrestler who will be in town Sunday, March 1st, I could say it this way, at the Toy Shack at 6 p.m. on Sunday, March 1st, Bob Backlund, from what was the WWF way back when, former heavyweight champion, now known as Mr. Backlund, will be in town. Oh, yeah. And I am finagling away because he's not available to come live in studio. We're trying to work out with his contact with our mediary who we know through Henry Hill. And we're trying to pre-record an interview with him. Cool. And so it's going to be Monday night the 2nd at 7:30 p.m. Perfect. So I'll need you, and we're going to come in and just do the interview segment.
Do you have the things for the mics?
I do.
Oh, cool.
I do, but how are we going to use that on these? We're not going down to the. We can go to the Toy Shack for fun, but we're going to have him come in studio to pre-record an interview. But I want you here to record it for you two.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I will.
yeah. But I do. I have the cubes. I have one for you.
Okay.
So I have the other two on my mics at home. They
Cool.
look good. Oh,
Yeah,
they look so
cool.
good.
What the hell are they talking about?
We're going to need that for
The mic flags.
They're called mic flags.
I know.
interview thing.
The what?
The on the street, out on the
Yes.
street stuff.
Yes, we're going to
We
need.
need to do that.
Yes, we do.
We absolutely need to do
We'll
that.
figure.
When it gets warmer out, we'll go out in the street.
Yeah, we'll go out in the street. When what's her name? Misty Sin is there.
It's going to be 70 this weekend.
Is it really?
Yeah.
This weekend?
71, sir.
Yeah.
Wow.
Saturday night, I'm going to see the Jersey Boys. So
You're
I don't
going
know
to
about
love that.
I love them. I like the movie very much. I'm looking forward to the stage production. Should be good. All right. Let's see. Let's get started here. Mob Month, we talked about. That's passed. Well, we'll talk about next week in a second.
Yeah.
Henderson Smackdown, Battle of the Henderson Brewery is Thursday, January. That's tonight.
You bet.
That ain't going to matter.
Nope.
Adult Wheelchair Basketball Tournament, January 24th through the 25th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday, free and open to the public as spectators. This is at the UNLV McDermott North and South Gym, 4505 South Maryland Parkway, Las Vegas. Yucca's Division III Wheelchair Basketball Games. Call 702-229-4796 for details, and you can check out the schedule in advance.
If I might comment on that, maybe some of the players from the Running Rebels could go watch that game and see what a little bit of teamwork looks like.
Oh, man.
And I'm a big fan, but I was so upset about that game last night.
Do we feel deception along the ranks here?
Hey.
I'm just upset because this is a talented group of kids, and maybe the coach needs to.
If they go see that wheelchair game, that tournament, do you think it'll deflate their egos?
No, I think it'll teach them that teamwork works a whole lot better than schoolyard basketball. I got the deflate. Maybe they ought to deflate the basketball over at the Thomas and Mack.
Hopefully
That won't be a bad idea.
Riddle me this, Batmans.
Okay.
I asked you this in the car on the way over.
Right.
Okay. In the four major sports, okay, basketball, hockey, you can leave it in the background. All teams have the ball when they're on offense, except baseball, right? Baseball, when you're on offense, you're at bat. The defense actually has the ball.
Sure.
But in hockey, basketball, and football, the offense trying to score points and wins has the ball. Okay? So I set that up by asking this question. Why is it that football is the only sport of the four majors where you don't use the same balls?
You don't use the same equipment.
Because now in the NFL, each team provides 12 balls on each side, 12 footballs for each team, whereas in baseball, you're not trading out baseballs. A baseball's a baseball.
Right.
The umpires get the balls ready for gameplay.
Basketball, they don't bring their
Basketball,
own.
they don't bring their own.
Hockey, a puck is a puck.
Hell, even in tennis, you got your own tennis ball. Why is football and I don't think it was this way forever. I think it was just started, I don't know how many years ago.
We'll have to look that up.
We'll have to look that up. But why is football the only of the major sport where each side brings their own footballs?
Well, they could be either hard or fluffy.
No. It has to have something to do with they make money that way by putting their names on the football, selling.
Nobody's names are on there except Roger Goodell's.
Okay.
That's it.
A ball is the same size. It's got the same number of laces.
And it has to have the same weight.
Supposed to have, I think it's 11 and a half or 12 pounds per square inch.
To within 12 and a half.
That's 11 and a half to 12 pounds per square inch. Whatever, so they're regulated in the rule book. But my point is, why is football the only sport that segregates that each team brings their own football?
I don't know, but let me ask this.
Yes.
Is football the only sport that has identified the amount of pressure that the ball has?
Well, you don't pump up a hard ball. Well, no, but in baseball you don't pump up that ball. In hockey,
I understand.
But yeah, basketball I'm sure has its regulation as far as.
It has to be.
I'm sure.
Pumped up to a certain.
But because there's no trade-off in offense to defense where you need to change the ball, then the air in a basketball is going to logically be the same no matter what. But I would bet you that if a basketball somehow deflates during the game and loses some of its air, and this is where we'll go off on a little bit of a tangent, I'm sure the referees can figure that out because they are touching the basketball when it comes to free throws, out of bounds, halftime, or timeouts. Or it just doesn't bounce, a la the Harlem Globetrotters.
Just the sound alone. You can definitely tell in a football or in a basketball, you can tell a properly flayed basketball, and if it's deflated, it's like a ka-thunk. Right, yeah.
Good point.
You know, the way to stop all this, NFL says no more 12 footballs per team. NFL comes like they do baseball. They bring a big bag of baseballs in. They let the umpires rub them out and do what they need to do. That's it. You get 12 balls. Everybody's playing with the same thing.
You can have 24 on the field, which is what they have now. You can have 24 available. The referee signed off on them 2.5 hours before the game, and there's all this protocol. But I was just thinking about it on the way over. Why is football the only one that does it that way? Every other sport, here's your collection of balls for your sport, and have at it.
And, the reason probably so many footballs in there for when these guys, score the touchdown and they give them away. Or they throw them up in the stands. But it costs the players $250
I was just going to say, they're fined for that.
Yeah.
Which is why they put the nets up behind the goalposts during kicks. But anyway, it was just one of those questions I was pondering. Anyway, downtown.
I'll tell you what.
You got your laptop here. Google it.
Well, when football, that's all I need is to distraction. Why are you not talking into a microphone if you're sitting there?
We'll be here till 11 o'clock.
Sure,
Not
BCN
me.
will appreciate that.
It's Friday.
You were going to say?
Forget about it.
Did you?
You're really getting friendly with that chair,
It's holding him up right now.
It holds me up.
Downtown Community 5K and Fun Run, sponsored by Zappos.com, Saturday, January 24th, 9 a.m., located downtown Las Vegas, benefiting the Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation. 100% of the proceeds will go directly to the NCCF. Kick off your new year in a healthy style with the fun 5K, followed by Zappos and Road to Wellness Community Expo right after the race. Go to Zappos.com for more information.
There is no such thing as a fun 5K.
Did you see that? Did you see the picture I posted about the immediate gratification run?
I saw that.
Did you see that?
That's my kind of marathon, man.
I thought that was great. Councilman Coffin's Ward 3 shredding party. If you have too much paper hanging out, like you're beyond your 7 years of tax papers, Saturday, January 24th, 10 a.m. to noon, free and open to the public at the Smart and Final parking lot on East Charleston Boulevard, east of Lamb. Head on down there with all your papers, and they will be happy to shred for you.
Make sure you come armed.
It's not a turn in your gun event. Pet adoptions this Sunday, January 25th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tivoli Village inside the Doghouse. Very good. 302 South Rampart Boulevard. Extraordinary animals will be on display and available for adoption.
Do you know the giraffe has a tongue that's 12 inches long?
I don't want to know how and why you know that.
So that he can clean his ears. I mean, I saw that on TV.
He knows about the giraffe, but he doesn't know where to go to get the dogs.
It's been a rough 2 weeks here. You
tell me.
Is this some part of the new year that I'm missing?
This is only, the third show of the year?
I'm serious. We had such a nice first show, and then since then it's like...
No. You know what? No. The first show you did of the year was done last year.
Was taped. That's right. Maury Rose was on the first show on the 8th. Remember, that was the first hour that we just went loose.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tuesday afternoon at the Bijou, Robin and the Seven Hoods, Tuesday, January 27th
cool.
at 1 p.m.
Movie, yeah.
Main Theater, Clark County Library at 1401 East Flamingo Road. Admission is free. Set in 1920 Chicago, a gangster stumbles into philanthropic work during a gang war. The Rat Pack packed it in after this sprightly musical comedy that features Sammy Kahn and Jimmy Van Heusen's bright and snappy score and such songs as Style, Bang Bang, and the Sinatra standard My Kind of Town. And last but not least, the last Mob Museum event, thank you. Tuesday, January 27th, 7 p.m. Where?
At the East Flamingo
the
Library.
The
Doghouse in Tivoli Village.
1410 East
1401. 1401.
Yeah.
So that's the other side of the street, 1410.
Yeah, it's a terrible herbs.
Admission is free. Kansas City, Missouri was a hub of organized crime as mob bosses skimmed millions of dollars from Las Vegas casinos to bankroll the crime families across America. In this new documentary, Gangland Wire filmmaker and former police officer turned lawyer Gary Jenkins will describe the rise and fall of Kansas City's River Quay district and the investigation which exposed mafia influenced over the Teamsters International Union and the Las Vegas casinos. And that, fortunately, does it for this edition
I have a question.
Unwrapped Treasures. Yes, sir.
How come you read them all?
Because he doesn't have his glasses, his
got no
laptop. He's got nothing. That's why. Had he kept his paper from yesterday when we were on Sandy Costell's show, then he'd have him. We could have traded off. And he wonders why I have no voice after a show. Anyway.
Should we just wrap it up and go home now?
I'm telling you.
Quit while we're ahead.
All right. When we come back on the other side, dates in Las Vegas history. You know, they're going to be exploding another hotel here in town in February. Did you hear about this? Imploding.
Which one? I didn't know that.
The Clarion Hotel.
Oh.
Down on, it's the old Debbie Reynolds Hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're going to be imploding that in February. So that's going to lead me off with some dates in history. I'm going to share some hotels, and you're going to tell me when they were imploded.
Okay.
When they were deflated.
Deflated.
We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back. All right, Mr. Cash. Bring up his mic. Give me some background music that you think would be appropriate for explosions.
Hold on a second.
All right, give me some
Okay,
background
we're going to get
music here.
exploded here.
Nah, we don't want Rocky.
I got something for you here. I'll get you something from the...
Carolyn Milne from Australia, our author friend.
Carolyn Milne.
She just sent me a message through Facebook and saying hi to everybody. Let's see.
Hello. She may be doing a show with us.
That's right.
We have to say may as opposed to...
Well, according to the voice message that I heard, that I got, we were eating dinner and I was listening to it before, it went from 8 weeks to 4 weeks.
Okay.
So we may have to rethink a little bit on some of the logistics on that, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You just got to give me time to fly down there with the camera.
Absolutely, no
and then
problem.
Fly back.
Get started now.
All right.
All right, Mr. Cash, little twist on dates in history. Las Vegas dates in history.
All right.
The only thing is, the dates or the things I'm going to ask you about are implosions.
Wow.
Because the Clarion Hotel, which used to be the old Debbie Reynolds Hotel over on Convention Center Drive, is scheduled for deflation or implosion
On Tuesday?
next month.
I was waiting for my
February.
opening.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So here you go, Mr. Cash.
All
I
right,
got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for you.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the name of the hotel.
I'm going to give you the date of its demise.
And if you could tell me what replaced it at that location, I'll give you an extra credit point.
All right.
I feel like this is whose line is it anyway. I'll award points, but they mean squat.
Okay.
I know what replaced every single one of them.
All right. The Dunes opened up in 1955. When was it imploded?
The Dunes was imploded in 1993.
Okay, and what replaced it?
Smoke.
And dust.
The Bellagio.
Very good. 1 for 1. I feel like we're in a porn movie.
This is good stuff, man. This is, you know what this is from? The Sopranos, man. Come on.
It's the Sopranos movie.
Yes.
Okay. Still sounds like a porn music. That's okay. I like it. Landmark
Italian.
was in 1969. Imploded when?
I'm going to say 1995.
Okay. And what replaced it?
Right now, still a parking lot
For
the convention center.
There you go. Man, you're on this. 2 for 2. The Sands opened up in 1952. When was it imploded?
I'm going to say 1999, and it's been replaced by the Wynn.
Imploded in 1996.
Okay.
And you're close. You're on the wrong corner.
Oh, really? The Palazzo?
Encore.
The Venetian. Well, the Venetian's further down.
The Venetian?
Isn't the Palazzo on the corner?
Yeah.
And then the Venetian's next to it.
Yeah, but okay.
Because they're connected by the same Italian troubadours. Or those guys that are in the boats, aren't they?
Canal.
The gondola rides.
Gondola, that's the word. The Hacienda, 1956. Imploded when?
Let's see, Michael. I'm going to say 1997.
Okay.
And it was replaced by...
I got this one.
the Mandalay Bay.
Imploded in 1996, and you are correct. Mandalay Bay, which opened what year? Little slurve on this one.
1999.
Very good. The Aladdin Hotel, sort of a trick question here. He's got a couple of layers in this one.
Yeah.
Opened originally in 1966. Imploded when?
Let's say 2000.
1998.
Okay. And it was replaced by the Aladdin.
Right? Which then eventually was?
Planet Hollywood.
Which then was bought by? Only 2 years later after Planet Hollywood bought him.
David Siegel.
I don't know.
They were bought by Harris Entertainment in 2009.
That's right. Wow.
The Desert Inn, 1950. What year was it imploded?
Oh, now I remember. Now I got the Desert Inn confused with the Sands.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do this one backwards. The Desert Inn became the Wynn, and I'm going to say 2000.
2001, but the Wynn is correct.
Okay.
The Boardwalk.
Oh, wow.
1968. Imploded when? Who was that bald-headed boxer that the real heavyweight? I could see him because the commercial for that hotel.
Butterbean. Yeah.
His commercial was he was running up the escalator to go to the buffet at the Boardwalk Casino.
Unbelievable.
Butterbean. I wonder what he's doing nowadays.
2001. And
2006.
Really that late?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Really?
Monte Carlo probably was the replacement.
City Center.
It was that far up there? Okay.
Remember, it was sort of across the street from the Jockey Club?
Right.
It was in that area right there.
Gotcha.
The Stardust, 1958.
Sawdust came down maybe 2006.
2007.
Okay. And what has replaced the Stardust?
I'll give you a hint. It's an on-again, off-again project.
Well, it was the Echelon, right?
Echelon is
and
correct.
now it's a big project from China.
Yeah, I got Panda Bears and all that stuff coming, man.
Yeah, that big Chinese thing, which is going to be kind of equivalent to a city center, but with more grounds.
I saw the artist rendition of this thing. It is unbelievable. Yeah.
I didn't realize this, but when I went to see wrestling last week, and we were in the back behind the event center at Mandalay Bay, that the new sports arena that's being built back there off of Frank Sinatra Drive and all that stuff, like behind by the Trop or whatever it is down there.
No, it's behind New York.
Right.
It's between New York, and the Monte Carlo. That's where it's being built.
Right. Well, okay. Well, back there. Is they broken ground?
Oh,
They've got some studs. I mean, I didn't realize that they're already that far along.
Ready for 2016.
Yeah, wow. So last one, the New Frontier opened. Doesn't tell me what year, but the New Frontier
came down right after the Stardust. So we'll say 2007.
Very good. And what's there now?
The Trump.
Nothing
Nothing
Still
there.
empty on the corner.
Still empty on the corner.
And that does it for Implosion Dates in History here on Vegas.
By the way,
Unwrapped.
we'll probably do that same thing on our next.
We better hurry up because we only have a few more segments left.
Yeah, we better.
We better arrange that before we get kicked off the show. But that's a good one.
A lot of good that's doing us.
Now, if I would have said that,
well, yeah, I'm trying to keep it real, trying to stay positive.
Has it deflated our egos? Not at all. Not around here, ladies and germs.
Perhaps a little.
Always another when one door closes, another one opens up, gentlemen.
That's the way it says,
That's the way it goes. Looking good.
All right, sounds good. All right, so what do we have coming up next? We're going to talk about White Castle, Rat Burgers. Here we go. For all of the wait is over.
They're open?
Yep. White Castle will open its first location on the West Coast next Tuesday on the Las Vegas Strip. The restaurant is located at the Best Western Casino Plus Royale, 3411 South Las Vegas Boulevard. And will open at 2 p.m. Could you imagine the lines for that?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
That's what those people were doing out there today.
They'll probably be camping out on Saturday.
Their store will open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The nearest White Castle to Las Vegas, prior to this one, is more than 1,500 miles away in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Wow.
We're looking forward to seeing all of our cravers on Tuesday. If you're interested, and here's a job opportunity. If you're interested in working for the restaurant,
don't eat White Castle.
You can,
yes, they do.
You can apply online at careers.whitecastle.com.
That's what I want. I want a job flipping burgers at White Castle.
Got to be able to do. Got to be able to do 12. You got to be able to do 12 at a time too.
That's right. Saturday nights, Robin and I would buy a sack. That was 12 of them. Yeah. French fries and 2 chocolate shakes.
The curly fries.
No, we just did the traditionals. And then the shake would just coat the system.
Yeah.
Because you were eating those same rat burgers for a week. And then we would go to the movies. We'd have nobody sitting around us.
Could wonder why.
Oh, my goodness.
That's good to hear. You know, I heard that the guys at Terrible Herbst are really into this, too, and they're trying to get a location, too. So there could be, you know.
Well, I would love to see them go off strip and come into the communities for everybody.
I mean, if this town could support, what is it, 25 or 45 Capriottis?
Yeah. And another one getting ready to open up down the street.
Where?
Right there at the corner. It's on the same little plaza right off the corner, I believe, Sahara, Decatur, next to El Loco Poco Crazy Chicken.
Okay.
Like
the bookstore used to be.
Yeah, right there.
Gotcha. Hey, here's some interesting news for you. The CCSD graduation rate for 2014 was just released. Schools, the rate is 70.91%, with 3 schools actually having a 100% graduation rate.
Wow. Does it say those 3 schools, or?
It does not. The rate, which was announced by the Nevada Department of Education on Thursday, shows an additional 410 Clark County students will graduate this year. Out of 57 high schools, 41 had graduation increases. The rate saw a slight deflation from 2013 rate of 71.5%. So, but it doesn't mention which 3.
Well, when you have a school district the size of New Jersey, and it's a 1 school district as opposed to 30.
Wait. There's 51. Did you say 51 schools?
High schools.
51 high schools.
57.
When I came
57. I'm sorry, and there's 490 something students graduating.
Let's see how they. I don't think they shows an additional 410 Clark County students will graduate this year.
Okay, so that's roughly about 9 per school.
Out of the senior class, I think that number's wrong. Obviously, that doesn't sound right.
No shit.
But I'll take the 70.91% as the legitimate number.
Christ, my graduating class had almost 300.
I had 4 1/4.
We graduated from the Hollywood Bowl.
I had about 800.
670.
Wow.
That's how many we had. 670.
The goal for the Clark County School District for graduation by the class of 2019 is to have 82% graduation rate.
That would be amazing. That would put it in the top 10 in the country.
Yeah.
You know what? It would be cool because then they might be able to go to junior college for a couple of years for free.
If that ever happens.
You know how many Miss Bobcat had in her graduating class? I think she said that she had 39.
Wow.
39. She came from small Indiana town.
Yeah.
39 in her graduating class.
You just went by the principal's office and picked up your diploma.
Thanks for coming. Leave your hat at the check stand. All right, very good. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to share some more stuff going on in Vegas, including, as soon as I find the story, where'd it go? Las Vegas is back in the top 10 of a list, and I'll share that list right after this. All right, welcome back. Coming around the clubhouse turn.
Into the stretch they come.
Down the stretch we go.
Top 10 cities people are moving to, as reported by Huffington Post.
I would think we are right up there, and I'd say we're in the top 3.
Well, would you like me to start at 10 or work to 1, or go to 1 to 10?
No, 10 to 1.
Okay.
Countdown.
I need like a David Letterman's top 10 music or something.
I can do this, though, for you. Maybe we should start sending the production sheet out a couple of days early.
I offered to email them to you.
Well, you could do that.
All right.
You can.
I'll email them to you.
You can be more than happy. I'm here to make your life easier, sir.
Let me know how that works out for you.
Okay.
Here we go, number 10. Las Vegas, Nevada.
I totally disagree with
home price.
Number 1.
It's based on home price growth forecast. 5.4% for the first time since the foreclosure crisis. Sin City is making its comeback, and as tourism begins to regain traction, hospitality workers are making their way back in. Number 9. Anybody want to take a shot?
Yeah, I'll say
Clearwater, Florida.
Denver, Colorado.
Oh, bite me, Cash. Denver, Colorado. Home growth 2.7%.
I can't see right in front of me, but
Oh, wait. Yeah, I would have thought that Denver would have been up at the top of the list, number one.
Consistently ranked as one of the healthiest and most active spots in the country. Outdoorsy folks are flooding the mile-high city for the obvious nature-centered lifestyle that currently coincides with the strong economy.
That has
Number
nothing
8.
to do with legalizing pot or
nothing
the increase in pizza places.
He said it at the very beginning of the story. Homegrown.
Yeah.
That's right. Number 8.
Oh, Phoenix.
Nope.
some California town.
Nope. Clearwater, Florida.
Wait.
Boise,
No, I lost it.
Idaho.
Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, God.
Oh, they're moving from Detroit.
Right. Hiring may be slower than desirable in the Windy City, but that cannot distract from the fact that it offers the cultural perks of New York City for a much cheaper cost of living. Number 7.
I'm lost with Chicago.
Clearwater,
Nobody
Florida.
goes to Chicago.
Orlando.
Am I seeing a trend here? Number 7, Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, let's get rain.
Only in Seattle can you find the perfect combination of job opportunity, well-known music and art scenes, and quality coffee. And as an added bonus, you get Super Bowl bragging rights until next February, possibly. Number 6.
Portland.
I know, Clearwater, Florida. I know. Portland. Mr. Cash.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Houston, Texas. In this southern city, new residents aren't just greeted by relatively low unemployment levels of only 5.6%. They're greeted with the promise of another oil and gas economy boom thanks to the upcoming plans for a new ExxonMobil facility that will employ 10,000 workers and no leaking ships. Number 5.
I know this one. Branson, Missouri.
No, it's actually one that you've already said.
Fort Myers, Florida.
Orlando.
No.
Clearwater.
No, not clear.
Oh, Phoenix.
Phoenix, Arizona, number 5.
Duh.
Similar to what-
Wait. We're starting at the bottom and working our way up.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. That's a...
Similar to what has happened in Tampa and Las Vegas, where a flood of real estate investors have taken to giving foreclosures and cheap housing new life, Phoenix is quickly becoming quite the popular warm weather destination. Number 4.
Warm weather.
That's what it says.
Spend a summer out there.
Well, number 4.
Clearwater.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater's beautiful, man.
I know it is.
Palm
Mr.
Beach.
JPEG,
West Palm Beach.
No.
you've said it already too.
Yeah, it's. Wait a minute.
Grand
Orlando.
Don't get goofy about
Yeah,
this.
Orlando.
Right.
Yeah.
Orlando, Florida, number 4.
Yeah, I knew.
Warm weather, cheaper than Miami, and of course home to Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld. It doesn't get any better.
It's kind of a Mickey Mouse place to live. If
Yes,
you ask me.
that's right.
A lot of strip
Don't
clubs.
be a Dumbo. Well, except when the economy is strong and people start vacationing again, offer an increase in available tourism jobs, all of which is happening right now.
Right now?
Number 3. Get over there.
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Clearwater.
Clearwater, no.
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
No.
Albuquerque.
Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Please.
Commentary time.
Now the 9th largest city in the country, people are rushing into this tech-friendly hotspot to get a piece of the action, which is being referred to as the Silicon Prairie. Number 2.
Silicon Prairie.
I'll give you a hint. We're back in Florida. Not Clearwater.
Fort Myers.
Miami.
Nope.
Well, I thought
Fort Lauderdale?
Nope.
the boats and...
St. Augustine?
Try the Panhandle.
Oh, Jacksonville.
No, the Panhandle. Pensacola.
No.
Fort Walton Beach.
Dresden.
What are you listening to me for? Tampa, Sarasota.
That's not the
That's not
Panhandle.
Panhandle.
I just threw you
Son of
off.
a gun.
That's for trying to cheat. While it will certainly cost you more than ever before, it's difficult to argue with the beautiful beaches, baseball fandom, and job opportunities the city has to offer. And the number 1 city that people are moving to is...
Las Vegas.
That was number 10.
Reno.
Reno 911.
I love that show. That's the guy. The guy on that show is going to be the other guy on the Odd Couple.
Oh, gotcha.
San
The one
Francisco?
with the shorts all the time.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, yeah, right. Let's pack it up, baby. Let's get the trucks rolling.
Atlanta Unwrapped, soon to come to a station near you. Between a relatively low cost of living, less than half of what Manhattan's is, and dozens of Fortune 500 companies to offer jobs in the area, it's no wonder Atlanta has made this list 4 years running.
Wow.
And that does it for the top 10 list of places
Henderson
people are
wasn't
moving.
anywhere to be
Henderson
found,
wasn't
huh?
in there, no.
I hate the Atlanta Braves.
What's that got to do with living?
Yeah, I don't like Atlanta. Simple as that.
I'll take him down there.
Right now, it wouldn't be Atlanta's the big concern. Washington is your big concern.
Yeah, I know.
They just got Scherzer.
$210 million.
Oh, where?
Crazy stuff. Yankees needed them better. All right. So what's next?
What's next? I have a big concern out there.
All right.
Mentioned it earlier in the show.
Yes, you did.
There is a flu epidemic. Going across the country.
Big proportions.
Hit hard here in Las Vegas.
Hit hard.
We've lost
And
3
Henderson.
young children in the last 5 days to this
Really?
flu.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
5-year-old girl in Henderson, I think was the most recent.
Yep.
Seriously here, this isn't
And
funny,
it's
sir.
a situation where this flu bug, which supposedly those that have gotten the shot for it, doesn't seem to be working on this one that's coming around.
Caught the Fox 5 Morning, and they had the physician on there, and they said that the strain of this flu is not what the shot. It's
Was
like
for,
about
yeah.
2 doses away from, or strengths are powerful from what it should have been. Yeah,
Mutated.
yeah.
And this is, when you saw, look, come on, nobody likes to lose children, but that's probably, you wake up with a cough, and the next morning you're making funeral reparations.
Yeah.
That's, in this modern age of medical technology, you can't stop this. This is very, very sad, and it's something that I think we all should be aware of. And of course, a lot of this is spread through, people that sneeze without covering their noses and things like that, and it's just you got to be careful, got to wash your hands and do all the proper sanitary things.
You know what else too, and our country is famous for this, is we have instilled in ourselves that you got to go to work even if you're sick. I got to be there, because, well, a lot of places and a lot of people do not have sick leave. But that's I'm just saying. So you got people. There was a thing on the internet here a couple of weeks ago about here's the places, fast food joints, that do not give their employees sick days. So if they're sick, they're coming to work, which means you're eating that food that was prepared by sick people. So we come to work, we're sick, we got the flu, and we spread it around to everybody else that we work with. Stay home,
Europeans have the best working situation. They work
always
30
done that.
35 hours a
Yep.
week. They're guaranteed 4 weeks of vacation a year, something like that. But anyway, here's the story. The Southern Nevada Health District confirmed Wednesday that there have been 6 flu-related deaths in Clark County since October of last year. 2 deaths involved people between the ages of 5 to 24.
Man.
2 deaths were adults over the age of 50, and 2 deaths involved, and 2 of the deaths involved children. So,
Well, actually, because one went today, so it's 3.
Okay.
That's not quite up to date.
Kira Dridd, this story was written last updated 2:58 this afternoon, so obviously there was another one after that. The one that this story is about, Kira Driscoll, age 5, is one who lost her life when she fell victim to the flu. The family of the little girl from Henderson said Kira started showing cold symptoms on Sunday, and on early Monday morning they took her to a walk-in clinic where she was treated and prescribed medicine, but Kira's family said she collapsed later in the day, and the rest of the story you can find on 8newsnow.com. We make light of it to a certain extent about the flu shot. I don't get the flu shot.
I do.
And knock on wood, right here, I've not gotten the flu. Because people get sick right after they get the shot. Yeah. So I never see.
I didn't. I get one. I get one every year.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
I know you
did this year.
And
Yeah.
it's the first time in 20 years of getting flu shots that I actually got sick.
Well,
afterwards.
and what they say is that the flu shot doesn't guarantee that you won't get the flu, but it does say if you do get it, it's not going to be as bad.
Oh,
But
So I'm just saying
if the shot they
that's-
give you is not intended for the flu strain that's in town,
Right.
it don't matter what they give you.
No, and
I
they've
got
admitted that
seriously
that's
bad after
Yeah.
the shot.
yeah.
Well, here's the other thing. The first Clark County measles case was reported in nearly 4 years this week. The Southern Nevada Health District is reporting its first measles case since 2011.
Wow.
According to Dr. Joe Iser, Chief Health Officer for the Health District, people who may have come in contact with the infected person are being contacted. The Health District would not release any information on the person with measles, but did say an average of 22 people can contract the disease from one infected person.
And here's the reason why. The disease itself, you can get it 3 or 4 days before
you're contagious.
The measles actually come out on that person.
Right. Once they start showing, you're not contagious.
Up to 3 days after as well.
Really?
So it's a whole week where you're exposed to that
Wow.
Bacteria.
No wonder Disneyland is pissed.
Yeah. Let's see.
Chickenpox outbreak at Disneyland a couple weeks back.
Shut the whole park down?
Yeah, and it was because of some kids that didn't get vaccinated.
Parents.
It's a small world after all.
Yeah.
All right. So, what other headline news we want to talk about here? Let me see. I'm just flipping around on the news site to see if there's something that stands out here. So bear with me.
Give us something that inflates the mood.
Yes, absolutely. You know what? Actually, you saw a movie this week that I think you want to talk about, didn't you?
I did.
And then I want to go to Bobcat on something.
I did. I saw the movie American Sniper, and it's the true story of Chris Kyle from Texas, who had 4 tours of duty in Iraq, I think maybe 1 in Afghanistan, and he was considered the most prolific sniper in American history, with over 160 confirmed kills, if you will. And the story depicted in the movie was not so much about the sniping part. I mean, it was there, obviously, but more about, he and his family and the relationship and what the war did to him. Came home with a huge case of PTSD, and how through his family and through his beliefs he actually got past it, and of course a sorrowful ending, which if you haven't seen the movie, you'll see it, but if you know anything about the story,
it's a true story.
He winds up getting killed here in the States. And it was a wonderful. Bradley Cooper showed a range in this movie like I've never seen before. I always thought he was a good actor. Always liked him, even back in the days of Alias. But I can tell you this: every time he was on the screen, he dominated it. He was gigantic, and I would be shocked if he did not win the Academy Award for Best Actor. I mean, it was mesmerizing. It's also one of the few movies that I've walked out of that people clapped at the end, like they were watching a show or something like that. So I recommend it highly. It's, by the way, very disturbing. It is a very, very disturbing movie because it's...
I saw some trailers of it, and actually that is one of the very few films that I can say that I've seen that's come out in the past couple of years that I would actually want to go see.
Yeah, well, it's worth
it's
the
a
time.
It's a type of movie that you have to see in a movie theater. I don't think you can appreciate it on Netflix or at home on TV. I think that for the magnitude of the story and the whole scenario, I think you got to see it in a movie theater.
Yeah, it's got to be seen on the big screen.
All right, Bobcat.
Yes, sir.
It was announced today that your boy, number 24,
the Rainbow Warrior,
Jeff Gordon.
Yes, sir.
One more year on the circuit full time before calling it quits.
That is correct, sir.
Your thoughts and reactions?
He made the announcement today at Hendrick Motorsports, and Hendrick was all informed. Of course, he will stay. Brian France is really happy. They're going to be putting a special celebration, like I think they did for Richard Petty and when they did for Rusty Wallace on the last call. And of course, Jeff will be making his final season. The back is not as well as what everybody has thought it has. And let's face it, Jeff's getting Jeff's getting up in age. He's put 2 decades, two 10-year seasons together, 20 years total in racing. Started back in 1992. And it's just time. And he's a father now, and his kids are growing. And actually, his little daughter, his oldest daughter, is actually starting this year in USAC quarter midgets. So Jeff's daughter is going to be strapping herself into a car. And, of course, a lot of people need to know the owner of Jimmy Johnson's car is technically not Rick Hendrick. The owner on the license to NASCAR is Jeff Gordon, who owns that car. So Jeff Gordon will stay with Hendrick Motorsports as an advisor, somebody up in the management, and I look within the next 2 to 3 years, Jeff Gordon will have his own team. That's how I see it coming.
Well, you kind of answered my question, because I was going to ask if, what his legacy would be on NASCAR after driving for 20 some odd years, if you were to paraphrase it. And I think you just kind of did.
Well, if you want to go through it, 43 has earned, as far as his Cup championship, 92-point paying races he's won. He has 77 pole positions. For a longtime owner for Rick Hendrick, he's the 3rd time all leading victories behind NASCAR Hall of Famer Richard Petty with 200, followed by the Silver Fox, David Pearson, with 105. This is going to be a great year for Jeff Gordon. I think he's got a serious shot at the title again this year. I think if he would have had a little bit better showing at Martinsville, they said the Texas race is what took him out of the championship. I disagree with that. I think the Martinsville race is what really took him out of the race for the championship. But once again, Jeff Gordon, he's on his way 2015, and he says he's going to put every ounce of energy into this run this year.
Do you think the 24 number gets retired, or does somebody take over the 24 car?
Well, the team Richard Hendrick owns the number. Each team owner right now, they'll retire the number. They'll retire the number.
Because they didn't retire Earnhardt's, which I thought was kind of interesting.
No, they just took it out of rotation, and then I guess
for now.
Didn't
somebody come back this year?
Yes, last year Austin Dillon, who was the grandson of Richard Childress, who owns RCR Richard Childress Racing, who was Dale Earnhardt's car owner. That was his number. He owned the number. Dale Earnhardt did not own the number. Richard Childress owned the number, and he controls the number. So if he wishes to pull the number out or put it back, just like Richard Petty owns the number 43. Richard Petty Motorsports owns that number.
Gotcha.
You got it? There you go.
Got it.
And we are
You need a scorecard.
Yeah, and just to let everybody know, we are exactly 30 days, 13 hours, 28 minutes from the Great American Race, the 2015 Daytona 500.
How many days till spring training?
About 28.
Yeah, man.
28 days.
28 days?
Till pitches and catches come. I think the first games are scheduled for February 26th. I know that many teams are reporting their pitches and catches between February 15th and February 18th. Most of the free agent signings have already taken place. There should be some late January, early February trades. It's been I think a relatively quiet off season.
Too quiet for my Yankees.
But there's been a lot of movement. A lot of movement.
All right, well, that does it for tonight. We want to thank our guests, Gayle Schreiber, Joey Ugarte, Junior Ugartes. They're cute. You, the listener. Have a great week, everybody. Phillips and Cash. See you on Vegas Unwrapped next week. Be kind to everybody.
Because we're all we have.
You got it. See ya.